Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. So CONTESS on the Pioneer server is absolutely crushing Dream Realm. This is the second boss we've had, day 2, and she has been in the top team for both days. Even Necrodrakon yesterday when I was talking about it, and at that time there wasn't a top team with CONTESS, but then shortly after that people came up with a CONTESS Harak combo team. Soburn was the one who came up with one of the top teams of the day, and it is completely score gapping all other teams. And it's actually bringing Harak at least back to Necrodrakon for right now. But in King Croaker today as well, pretty big score gap from CONTESS versus no CONTESS teams. I'm actually rank 1 right now. I did a bit of testing with different team positions, and this is the one which was doing the best, basically, as you guys see here. Now, I'm going to show you the score gap. Basically, I ran what is currently the top pay-to-win team on global server, which is the Saida, Bela, and Aliceth combo. That hit 460 billion, but the CONTESS version is hitting 529 billion damage, which is quite a lot higher than this one. And also, if we, for example, try this team, and let's say you don't have Saida, I want to try that and use Thorin instead, it should still work perfectly fine. Like, for example, if we go for this same team, just move Thorin in front of the Pink Twin, should be fine, and we're gonna see this will be 506 billion. So like, even if you don't have Saida, you're going to be getting a big score gap compared to the no CONTESS team, even running Thorin as compared to Saida comp. So this is good news if you've saved your resources for CONTESS, because right now she is looking absolutely must pull, already 2 out of 2 for the 2 bosses we've seen her in, and most likely for all 8 bosses, I'm predicting she's probably going to be in it. Now the question will just be, when we actually get CONTESS on the official release, VN server and global launch, will she be the same, or will there be any adjustments to her skills? In fact, interestingly enough, she got a minor buff even on Pioneer server right now. It is only basically a change to one of her skills initial cooldown. This will now have an 8-second initial cooldown. Before, it was a 10-second initial cooldown. That's basically the only change has happened, but that will allow her to get the active component of the skill off a little bit more quickly. However, honestly, that should not have an effect on Dream Realm, because this is an attack debuff, right? Attack debuff doesn't matter for Dream Realm for most intents and purposes. It's more of like a AFK stage or PvP oriented buff, and Quiet Period has been reduced cooldown to 10 seconds rather than 12 seconds, which is also a minor, and this will reduce an energy recovery efficiency. But again, this is only for non-boss content. For bosses, this has no effect. So for Dream Realm, it's basically no change, but for AFK Stages PvP, slight buff, but very, very minor, honestly. It's just kind of like an adjustment, I would say. But for Dream Realm, she is looking very dominant. And when we compare it to some of the teams yesterday, for Necrodrakon especially, the CONTESS and Harak teams were massively score gapping everything else. Like, look at some of these other teams. These were like the top teams from previous seasons. Mahira, Aliceth, Gala team, 415 billion. And then you're looking at Harak CONTESS, it's like over 100 billion damage higher. So Harak, I mean, is happy, and the players who have Harak maybe it's a cause for celebration if this remains, and he is in the top team with CONTESS for Necrodrakon at least. But yeah, it will probably be only that boss for Harak is good. And the thing is, she's also going to be an absolute beast in the Nocturne Judicator boss. The reason for that is CONTESS has really good charm quality bonus for a melee damage dealer. She boosts the melee damage of the unit in front of her. She has the same charms like Smokey has, like Coco has, like Isabella has. And so for Nocturne Judicator, she's going to be absolutely essential, because not only is she coming in with the best debuff of all time for amplifying endless boss damage output, which is this 22% increased HP loss taken by the enemy target, but she's also coming with those great melee boosting charms. So CONTESS is really a force to be reckoned with, and you guys are going to see the meta is going to be largely CONTESS, twins in basically every Dream Realm team, at least for endless difficulty of bosses. And then along with that, Galahad has to be included when we're talking about endless. And then that only leaves 2 other slots for other heroes. And Aliceth probably is going to be the other hero of choice for most of these bosses. It's just like certain bosses where, like, you know, Harak and Necrodrakon and things like that. So, I mean, yeah, I am honestly... I want to talk about one thing, which is that we've had 3 Celestial Hypogenes this season, all being meta for Dream Realm, which is a lot. Now, some people make the argument that Aurora is free to Supreme Plus, which is a very true argument. However, the thing is that is not free is upgrading the exclusive equipment of Aurora. And Aurora was such a key hero that basically you had to invest into her 2+15 exclusive equipment. And now with Gunner, if you want the full value out of Gunner for Dream Realm, you have to +15 him. And of course, Contest, you will have to +15. Well, necessarily you don't, but the +15 is going to increase your own damage. So if you really want to increase your HP loss damage to the highest level from Contest's own kit, you're going to need to get this +15 exclusive equipment. But in terms of our debuff value, that is at +10, but also you want to get Supreme Plus. This is the other unfortunate thing about Contest. I thought maybe she would be only a Mythic Plus hero, but unfortunately you do need Supreme Plus. Otherwise, she is going to expel the enemy, the boss, in a boss battle way too slowly. And you do not get this debuff of causing the enemy to take increased damage, HP loss, until you expel the enemy. And so this one is Enhanced Force, the Supreme Plus, doubles her rate of basically expelling the enemy, makes it 2 times as fast, basically, twice as quick. And so that is really, this is really essential. So she is a high investment hero as well. So this is a problem. Even though Aurora is free, it still is kind of a problem. And we've never had a season where 3 heroes, all 3 Celestial Hypogeans, have been Dream Realm meta. Usually one of them is always reserved for PvP AFK stages, making it easier for the free-to-players to either keep up or catch up. Because the other thing you have to realize is a new player starting more recently, not only do they have to keep up with the Celestial Hypogean release, they also have to catch up. And now, power creep does happen and certain heroes do get phased out. But you're even seeing, like in Titan Reavers, Forester is all over the place in Titan Reavers. And even that is leading some people to want to even build him. But basically, a new player right now can't even afford to think about building Forester unless they're a high spender. Because there's so many other Celestial Hypogeans to build, especially from this season. So that is a bit problematic, definitely. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. Already, some people have expressed their basically dissatisfaction with this. Some people are on the verge of quitting due to this because they feel like it's too difficult to keep up with the Celestial Hypogean release, especially in, like basically having every Celestial Hypogean being meta. But for the people who did save, like they're in a better situation. You know, if you are able to all in Contest, it's going to help you a lot for Dream Realm. But basically, it's kind of like a Galahad situation. Contest is almost on the tier of Galahad if I had to rate her as a hero for Endless Dream Realm. But the problem is she's way more expensive to build compared to Galahad, of course, being a Celestial Hypogean. That is the major issue with what we're seeing with Contest. Now, hopefully, we don't know right now because I'm hoping that maybe even at Mythic Plus, she'll still be usable in a top team. So for people who are building her but are not able to fully max her out, they're still going to be able to get put her to use. We don't know that because, of course, on Pioneer server, everyone is a max account. Everyone is Paragon 4 max. And so there's no way of actually testing that. But basically, this is just an update showing you that Contest is very strong, definitely meta for Dream Realm, probably the most meta Dream Realm hero Celestial Hypogean we've had since the Twins, or maybe Alicet. Alicet also is really killing it in Dream Realm. But like, yeah, so she's looking like definitely the top pull Celestial Hypogean for this season. And then that means that probably leave Gunner at 1 copy for a while, like, as well, because we don't even know, is Contest going to dominate pre-endless as well? Because the HP loss debuff she has, that also applies to regular, physical, magical, true damage as well, and so it could even have potential usage for pre-endless, although I think unlikely. I think really probably Contest is really geared towards endless, so, probably Gunner and Rainier are going to see their research, or at least some usage for pre-endless. But who knows? At this point, anything is possible. Also, we don't even know the final skills of Contest. When she comes out on global release, could potentially be even higher. But anyway, guys, that is basically it for this video. I just wanted to update you on the performance of Contest, and I will continue to update you in the coming time as well. If you guys are curious about Contest in AFK stages and PvP, I haven't done much testing of that. For PvP, she does need to have survival, whether you pair her with an Ulna, a Gunner protecting her, basically, because once she actually enters a battle, like at the beginning of battle, she's untargetable, she's in the book form. But when she actually enters the battle, we can even see it here, she is susceptible to dying. She doesn't have great survival after she actually enters the battle. And so that is why having her invincible from other source is going to be useful. And also, as you guys see here, when she wakes up to basically punish the enemy, so she wakes up kind of prematurely almost all of the time. So for PvP, there is that issue, her survivability, and that needs to be remedied with, like, you know, another invincibility provider. That would be important. But potentially, you could even use her with Hepler. Hepler also provides, you know, survival to, it potentially could be provided to her. if she is his target, or even Alicent buff onto CONTESS, maybe for some more survival, something like that. For AFK stages, the thing is, I think that needs a lot more testing, and like really, we need to get feedback on that from the top pushers who are pushing. Like, look at this, people have pushed really hard into Apex right now. So I need to check actually with Shelby and these other players how much usage there actually is of CONTESS. I didn't check with it right now, so we can probably make an upcoming follow-up video regarding AFK stages specifically for CONTESS. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully it's helpful. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.